In Upper Guck, where the tunnels sprawl, Greench and Max laid waste to all. The heart spiders have fallen, their queen lies dead. Their screeching now silent as they flee in dread. The swamp still calls in its voice severe, yet Greench strides forth without a fear. For strength is won through trial and flame, and Guck shall tremble at his name. The Frogloks shiver and croak in dismay, knowing the mighty pair are coming their way. In the darkness Greench moves through the stinking mire, stalking his way to the Froglok Scryer. Alright, hey everyone, we are back with Greench. It's been quite a while since I made any videos. I did level up a little bit more, so since the last time we've played, the last video I made level 19, or remade level 19, because I had died and had a rough time, had a rough run in there. After that, I did level up all the way to 22, kind of off camera. I've got a little bit of a recording of it. You saw it at the beginning here. So at 22, we actually get some new spells, and we get an upgrade. I think we even get an upgrade to max. So we are standing outside of Upper Guck, and we're going to make our way back to Grobb, and we're going to pick up some spells. One of those last episodes, we did get some pants that finally covered our bits there in the back. So while you can still see the wiggle waggle, it's not quite as offensive as it was previously. So some things have changed in the world of Project Quarm since I last made a video. They made an agreement with Daybreak Games, and they had to speed up the release of some of the expansions in order to catch up to some of the features they'd put in, and they had to remove some of the unique features that were on this server. But overall, they did come to an understanding, and it's still a very solid server and a great place to play. So no longer are we ahead of the curve with the whole Beastlord thing. It's not an early release anymore because Luklin is now out. Luklin. I think I said in the last video, say it how you want to say it. So they are official. I think there are more zones. I think since there are more zones available to us, that opens up more options also for our swamps. For now, we're going to stay right where we're at. We're gonna head back into Upper Guck after this and continue on our mission to kill all the named spawns in Upper Guck. We've been working our way through there slowly and spent a lot of time with those heart spiders. And I think next is going to be working on the Frogloks, which is what I've been working on for the last couple of levels. Last time we worked on those Frogloks down there in Upper Guck, we had some difficulties, and that was part of the reason I ended up kind of getting frustrated at losing level 19 and everything else. So what I ended up doing was going back in there, and I looked at who was in the dungeon, talked to some people, and asked for some help splitting up the spawns of the Frogloks, and I was able to get help a couple of times splitting up the spawns, and then I was able to keep up with the spawn rate. I just can't do the initial clear quite yet. Ooh, and it has been a minute since I've been in Grobb, so I will need to find my way back to the trainers again. I can picture what the area looks like, but let's see if I can find it. I'll try to do it without the map here if I can. Yeah, once they were... This is not it. Once they were able to help me split out everything, I was able to keep up with the spawn and work my way through a couple of levels. And that's going to be the plan for today. Now, I might take a shot at splitting up the spawns myself, since I am now 22. I even got myself a little buffer of like 10%. Oh, I think before Garg was on the end here for the quest. Who's this guy? He's just got some spells. Wonder if this just matches up with what's in the actual release of Luklin or something. And that's why he's over here. Let me take a look. I'm going to pull up my level 22 spell list here, or go back and see if there's any I missed. All right, that took longer than I expected it to, but we now have most of our spells. So we picked up Drowsy, so we can actually put a slow on opponents. We got Light Healing. We'll swap out Minor Healing here for Light Healing. We got Spirit of the Bear, which is a stamina buff. We'll give that buff out along with Strengthen when we're buffing up before we fight. We've got a new version of Max, the Spirit of Keshaval. That will take place of Spirit of Khalees. We got the Spirit of Blizzard, which will take place the Spirit of Lightning, and also does I believe it does a slow effect when Max hits them, which would be really great for us without me having to try to snare or do something constantly, or find a way to slow him down or kill him fast enough for runners. It'd be really nice if Max can provide that for the team. We got Summon Drink, which I probably actually won't use too much because I don't want to swap it out on my bar constantly, but I could use it at the beginning of a session. And then these two gaps here. This is Endure Poison and Tainted Breath, which we're going to want to pick up out in the swamp from, what's that guy's name? Stragic out there. So we're going to go visit Stragic, and we are going to pick up those two spells. And once we have those two, I will get them memmed in here, and we'll head back over to Upper Guck, and we'll rearrange the whole bar here of what spells we have available. I just closed it, but you can also see I cleared out inventory. So we are cleaned up and ready to go for this resurgence of the Swamp Monster Challenge. Now just a bit of a run back into the swamp. And I definitely went the wrong way. Oh, right. That's tradition, right? Like I always come down here and run the wrong way. Let's get ourselves out of Grobb here. Yeah, it's been an interesting time for emulators for classic games like Everquest or World of Warcraft. You know, Project Quarm went through some upheaval. We had the Hero's Journey, which was completely shut down, and that was a pretty cool community overall. It was really interesting to see the amount of work that they were able to do with kind of this old game to really give some life back into it and give a completely different experience and playstyle. Be neat to see if something like that could actually come out officially at some point, but I have no idea how any of that is going. And like I said earlier, Project Quarm had to make some concessions in order to stay, keep it open. But honestly, I don't think too many of them will affect my playstyle too much. But I'm also not pushing the end game in Project Quarm constantly, and I totally get that people are upset with some of the custom content being taken away and some of the things that made it uniquely Project Quarm, right? So I get it. I totally get that. But over here with Greench at level 22, I'm not exactly, on the cutting edge of what's going on in EverQuest these days. So still glad to get back into it, and it should still be a great time. And it was still super happy with the folks running everything and secrets and team. On that kind of note, though, there was a even bigger upheaval is still ongoing with Turtle WoW and World of Warcraft and all the legal battle going on over there. I had, as kind of a break from EverQuest, I had popped over into Turtle WoW. A couple other people were playing over there. So I joined them, and was playing for a little while. And I had a series planned with a human hunter, kind of based on the old movie, the cinematic masterpiece that is 1982's Beastmaster. And the idea was to make this human hunter that only, didn't wear a shirt, only use a two-handed sword, and if his pets died, they were gone forever, and stuff like that. And it was going to be a hardcore run. So if he died, he died, and had it all planned out. And I even made a cool opening sequence for him for his videos for the series, and I recorded I think the first 10 levels, and I have all that footage. And I never got around to editing it because right around that time they started into this legal battle, and I didn't want to have anything to do with that, so I just kind of stepped back from it. I actually like the intro enough that I may just splice it into this video when I get into editing. In fact, I'll leave myself a note here and say, "Hey, editing sigil, put in that video," and maybe I'll play it for you guys. I'm amused enough that I sent it to some friends overall because the whole idea. I'm old enough that the Beastmaster being on HBO when I was a kid happened often enough that we used to actually say HBO stood for "Hey, Beastmaster's on." So I'm very amused by that. Yeah, I'll put it in here and show you guys. All right, here we are at Stregek. He has maybe some spells for us. He's got all like the poison kind of spells. So what was that I need? Endure poison. Let me go back to my list here. I need Endure poison and Tainted Breath. Okay, not disease. Tainted Breath. Endure poison. All right. Let me get these memmed up, and then we'll run our way over to Upper Guck. Actually, I'm not going to sit down here because there's a bunch of guys around. So let's head to Upper Guck, and then I'll mem these spells. Yeah, I think for the players, for those of us who are not involved in these legal battles or running these servers or anything, I think it's kind of sucks for us as players to lose something, to lose a method of playing the game or a game mode that we like, and a way to interact with our favorite things like Everquest, or if you're a classic World of Warcraft enjoyer, like Turtle WoW was really great. It had its own custom stuff, and kind of reinvigorating something that is a nice nostalgic memory, but maybe you don't really necessarily want to go play it again exactly like it was. So for the players, it kind of sucks. Now, for a business, I totally understand the IP concerns, and there has to be an agreement there that you can use someone's intellectual property. Stealing, it's that gray area of if you're making something new off of previously existing intellectual property, is it stealing, or would the same customers go pay Blizzard or Daybreak to play their game versus only playing that new mode? I think there's a lot of arguments to be made either way, and I'm not going to try to make them, but I think we can all agree that in the end, as players, it's nice to have more options and be able to approach the games that we love in different ways and see new things. So in the end, we lose out a little bit on all that. Actually, let me sit. I'll just sit right out here and finish up all the spell memming and all that stuff. Let me do that, and we will be right back, and I'll resort my bar here too. All right, we've got our new spells memmed, so I put in the new version of Max up here. We've still got Keshfal's Regeneration for healing. We've got... now that I'm actually looking... Yeah, this should be Keshfal's Regen. Should be a light healing. Okay, so we've got Keshival's Regeneration for healing. It's on the bar. We've got Spirit of the Blizzard, which will buff Max and give him the some extra damage and hopefully slow. I have to look it up to see if it actually gives a slow, but let's see. Spirit of Blizzard. Blizzard effect. Well, looking it up, it doesn't look like it necessarily gives him a slow. That would have been cool, though. Maybe I'm just dreaming over here. We've got our buffs, so strengthen, and then we've also have Spirit of Bear, which we'll be putting on us, but I'm just going to use that one slot to swap them in as needed for buffing, because then we have some new offensive spells. We have Drowsy, which is a enemy slow, which I don't know that it's mana efficient to use it. We're going to give it a try here as we start fighting. If it seems like it's really mana inefficient and we're able to still kill everything anyway, then we'll drop that from the bar. We can throw Spirit of Bear in there and then not have to swap out on that slot. We still have Sicken, which is a disease that ticks for damage, and now we have Tainted Breath, which is a poison that ticks for damage, so we should be able to use both of those together. And then we upgrade our minor healing to Light Heal. This does cost 25 mana, but it's a much larger heal than the minor healing that we had before. I think we're good. What we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at how big Max is now, and we're going to tell him to go away and summon up new Max. Oh yeah, he's bigger. Nice. Not excessively so, but you can see him each time a little bit bigger. All right, we are set up. We're going to head into Upper Guk, and we're going to make our way over to those Frogloks. Then I will take a short break, and then we'll get back to clearing them out. Home sweet home, Upper Guk. We'll have to make our way past all make our way past all of our previous enemies here. You know, we worked on those Frogloks up by the front. We worked on these Swampwater Crocodiles for quite a while. Several levels, that guy and this guy in here. We fought these spiders, including the giant heart spider. There's a large heart spider is in there right now, but we're not dealing with spiders anymore. We're going to try to upgrade past spiders. The nice thing about spiders, though, is since I'm a Beastlord, they are kind of neutral to me, and they're not trying to kill me. And our goal is going to be to make we're going to clear these 3 kobolds that are right here, make our way down the stairs into that hallway, and see about working on those guys. And like I said before, I think I said it last video, like we're going to try to find our way to the Scryer. In case I didn't, we can look at it real quick. So if I zoom in on the map, that is not the zoom in button. Okay, so the giant heart spider was back, or the huge giant heart spider was back here. We are sitting here. We're going to fight the 3 that spawn right here, that are right up here. We're going to head down these stairs, and there's 3 or 4 spawns right here, and this is what I've been working on to get up to level 22 at this point. And now we've got new spells, so we're even a little stronger. Previously, I was not able to break this myself. I'm going to give it a try and be ready to run super early if needed to try to make it out. If I die. We'll deal with that. I've died many times. But this little plus sign right here on this map, if you see where my cursor is, this little plus sign here is the Scryer. Now, he has some drops, but nothing we're super looking forward to. He does have a bracer with some pluses to it, but I think it's only AC1. If we look at what we have now, the Dark One's bracers are AC3 and plus hit points, so it's probably not better than what we have. The other things he has are more caster-oriented. There's an item for all casters and bards, and there's an item for just enchanters. That we're not really concerned about those. We're mainly going to be concerned about just making our way through Lower Guk. So the Scryer was our next target, and then we'll make our way around to the next named that's back up in this way. So we'll be kind of working our way through these hallways to get up over there. Oh, there you go. I can turn on the name. So, yeah, the Giant Heart Spider, the Froglok Scryer. We'll be headed to the Realist next, so you have to kind of make your way around to them. And that'll be our plan, is we just continue on the mission to level up and make our way through Upper Guk. Let's guy is camping in here. He's 17, so he's probably just doing the spiders. Let me go talk to him real quick. Might be AFK. Alright, no worries. So if I look here, we've got just the one light blue and then they're green. We'll clear them out anyway, but then we'll go looking down those stairs and see what we've got. If nothing else, I will ask for some help to break that spawn, and then once it's broken, we'll just camp it out for a couple of hours. All right, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and buff us up so that when I come back from my break, we're all set to go. I'll start with, we'll get Max the Spirit of Blizzard. We'll get us both some strengthen. And we'll swap in Spirit of Bear. Grab that. Max is making a lot of noise at this camera angle. Just growling away. Okay, so we are all buffed up, so we're ready to go when I get back, and I will be right back. Okay, took a little break. We are going to give a shot at breaking this camp ourselves, I think. I was thinking about it when I was away from the computer, and rather than ask somebody for help, I'm not even sure who's around. There's a few people in here, so, you know, maybe we could ask this druid or somebody to help us, but rather than ask anybody for help, I think we're just going to give it a shot ourselves. To obviously we can break these three, but the camp down the stairs, we're going to see if we can break it ourselves. The way I was doing this before with Max is I would park him back here in this room with the spiders. The spiders are non-aggro because I'm a Beastlord. So I was putting Max kind of here, telling him to guard here. And then I would go off and pull, you know, these guys back to him. We would fight back here. That way when they ran, we had some distance here before they got back down the stairs and got to the next guy. So now these particular guys should not be hard to finish up. I've not played Greench in quite a while, so I have to kind of remember what all I have here. We're buffed up, and we should be able to do some clearing out of these guys. We could probably just... I wonder if these add if I bring guys up the stairs. You know what? I'm going to have to... I'll just go ahead and fight these guys anyway, just in case they add on when I pull the other guys up the stairs. We don't need that happen. I'm just kind of saving some mana, not casting anything on these lower level guys here. See, this is my fear. they go running back down those stairs, and these guys all add. We're gonna pull a lot sooner than I intended here, I think. All right, so we've got these three. The shaman is really the problem. The knight, and then there's one right around the corner here. So we're gonna end up with like 2 blues and a light blue. Ideally, we'd want to split them up a little bit, not kill them all at the same time, so we get some space between their respawns. And then up over on that side somewhere is where the Scryer lives, and we'll be working our way that way. I'm gonna give this pool a try. I'm gonna back Max up even further. And I'm going to pull... I'm going to have him come all the way over to here. With my goal being that if I need to, I'll run out this way through the spider caves. We'll give it a try. So what I'm planning to do here is I'm hoping the one around the corner to the left is not another shaman. And I'm going to pull the shaman. I think with... I don't necessarily want to slow him. I think I'll just put Sicken on him to start, or Tainted Breath is probably more damage. And our goal will be to just ideally focus down the shaman. Now, I can't control very well what Max wants to attack, so we'll see how it goes. And of course I'm going to fizzle out all my mana on Tainted Breath, but hey, good to figure that out now. I do want to hit this with full mana. I probably need to heal in here quite a bit. Both Keshival's regeneration for Max, but also light healing for myself is needed. So we're going to want to come in full mana and ready to rock. The shaman at least is light blue now. Before they were all solid blues, which should make it a little bit easier as well. We'll get up to full mana here and then we'll give it a go. Alright, mana's full. Give it another shot. This is hilarious. Apparently I can't cast any of these spells. Alright, we got it. We're running. Max is going to be coming. But I actually want him to back up with me. Get Max all the way over here. Okay, now he is on the shaman, which is perfect. Oh, we only got 2. This is great for us. It's very promising. Hopefully we won't need to we won't actually need to get some help breaking this camp. We can just break it ourselves, which would be a huge bonus. My last-ditch effort was going to be to actually switch to Crushdom and have Crush break it for us, if I couldn't find anyone, but... Oh, we got this well under control now. So with this new version of Max, the upgraded pet here, we're just murdering these guys. That's awesome. It was a little more of a struggle previously, so I'm really glad to see that that's just such an increase in power. And the new Spirit of the Blizzard. What is that doing for damage? Let's see. Like 19 points of damage there. Oh no. I see my warder hitting for 72 points of damage, so that's huge. Now we should be able to come down here, and there'll just be one guy right here. I'm going to pull him up again for now, but then we're going to go down there and explore a little bit. We don't need to go as far back. You can zoom out so we can see Greench stabbing with his dagger a little bit. Dagger and claw. Oh yeah, we're real strong. We're real strong. Again, the most dangerous thing for us is going to be that running. As long as we can kill fast enough, it won't be too big of a deal. I think there are a couple of guys, yeah, in the corners in the next room. And I believe up on... Oh yeah, there's the Froglok Scryer right there. He is a blue con, so we might be able to clear our way up to him. It looks like we would get that shaman along with him, but we might be able to clear this one out. I'm not sure how they come downward. Oh, there's the steps there. No steps on this side. But, you know, we'll get dangerous and we'll give it a shot at some point. For now, I think we want to... The Max is still backed up there, so let me just aggro one of these guys. And run... I'd like to get to the top of the stairs. Have Max kind of meet us right up here. Perfect. Oh, I should actually turn back on auto attack. You can tell when you haven't played much EverQuest in a little while and you don't think of certain things. I've been playing the Monsters and Memories 10-day playtest, and a lot of times casting or taking an action actually does start combat, start your auto attack, and I guess I'm already used to that after putting so many hours into it the last few days. I'll aggro this guy. Actually, let me just bring Max down here. Which, I have a little bit of a cold. If that's coming through in the microphone at all, I apologize. Let's see if I'm making a bad choice having Max come down here with me. I'll have him guard right here. Pull this guy in. I'm going to back him up a little bit, though. I should probably put Max at like the top of the stairs so he comes down in here to fight. It's a pretty safe spot up there with the spiders that don't aggro, and then the lower level Frogloks. Feels like a pretty safe spot to fight upstairs. So a better plan is probably still to stick with that. Yeah, because see, when he starts running here, if we start missing him there, that's really going to cause us a problem. So let me... I'll park Max a little bit closer, but I'll kind of put him here. Yeah, let me bring him up here. And I think we'll go ahead and clear out these guys again real quick. I think these guys also will give us a little bit of a feel for like when the guys down the stairs are going to respawn. So when we see these guys up, we can start to like use a little caution so that we don't get the guys downstairs necessarily. That'll be good. So playing the Monsters and Memories playtest has got me thinking about, you know, other games that are out there or have come out, and I realized that I hadn't dipped back into Pantheon in quite a while. I think my last Pantheon video was I made with my monk back in February, like February 15th was my last video, if I go back and check it out. And dipping in a little bit, dipping my toe in the waters, if you will, and checking out some of the notes that have happened and things like that. A lot has happened in Pantheon. Oh, hold that thought. This is my worry about the runners. See how far he got down here? We don't need him aggroing everything. Like that shaman started casting on him and everything. Everything back here? No. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye out now for these respawns. I'll just mana up. Let me heal myself one time. Maybe twice, just kind of even out my mana and health here. So thinking about Pantheon and the changes that had happened, kind of digging through their changes, I went ahead and made a new character, because they also released the Druid class, which I had never actually tried. And I was kind of into it. So I made an Elven Druid last night just to kind of check it out. And I'm very impressed with the number of changes to Wild's End, to both the city and the trees there, and like the improvements they've made there. So I'm super interested in dipping back into that, I think, along with continuing on with Greench here. So it might be what I'm working on this winter, is playing some Pantheon, maybe making some videos about a new druid, and then also potentially dipping back into my monk series. If I haven't played a game in a long time, I usually like to kind of, especially if a lot of changes have come out or it's in kind of a testing state, alpha or beta or whatever, a lot of times I like to go ahead and just make a new character. Just make a totally new character to dive into it and kind of relearn all the systems. You know, make a new character, dive in, relearn all the systems and kind of how the game works again, and really try something else. And since I haven't even tried the druid before, I think that'll be fun. So probably make a druid that starts down in Wild's End and give that a go. I know the the human starting area really well in that game. And, you know, I know where to go for a lot of the early quests or do some grinding or to do some gathering. It'd be real fun just to learn something completely new by doing Wild's End. And then the nice thing about a druid is that I think it's that level 15 or something like that. They get a spell that actually lets them teleport up to Avenger's Pass, which is kind of the human area anyway. Oh, we fighting on the stairs? Let's fight on the stairs. See if I can get Max over here on the Shaman. Looks like he's staying on the Warrior. Okay. We'll try the Warrior then. Wrong button. Dude, Max is just like taking no damage from these guys. He's just tearing them up. Oh my god, this is so funny. I just cannot hit these guys with my Sicken spell or whatever. I'm gonna have to really practice that up. What is that using? Did I get skill ups at all? I forget where my skill ups come in. So, Conjuration. And what is my Conjuration is 10. It's awful, so must be the first time I'm using a Conjuration spell. Oh, that guy didn't even aggro. So this is a really good sign, though, that we're able to just kind of really handle business here on these guys. Again, I'm taking a chance by fighting down here on the stairs, though, because if this guy decides to start running and we can't hit him, then we're going to be in trouble. Yep, after a bit of a pause, I'm definitely liking being back into some of the classic MMO RPGs. Especially here in Project Quarm with Greench. Always a good time. Alright, now we've got those two guys we're waiting on. I wonder if I can aggro just this Shaman. If I can drag him up with me and we don't get 10 guys. I am going to back. Oh, I got 2 guys because I see Max is down there. I'm rooted. I get a heal on myself here. I've got some debuffs going, disempower, sicken. See if I can put sicken. Hey, I got sicken out on this guy. Again, I forgot to do auto attack in the heat of everything, but Max has got this well under control. Hey, no one ever said I was a good Everquest player. But good enough to survive is all I'm aiming for here. Don't have any repops up here yet, so we're in good shape. Ooh, that hurt. Oh, no, no, no. Right on. Did that leave the Scryer alone up there? Okay, so we can... If we do this quick enough, we might be able to actually fight the Scryer. Or at least we know... I've got to wait for the Sicken to wear off, but at least we know that we could clear to the Scryer ourselves. So maybe we get that Scryer down sooner than I thought, and we start looking at how to work towards the next guys. Although I think even if we get the Scryer down here, it'd be... We'll spend the next couple levels in this area just grinding out to 25 or something. So we'll take a minute, heal up, mana up, probably start the reclear. We'll just let Max take this guy down while I continue medding and healing. Let's see how he's doing for buffs. So he still has his strength, Spirit of Blizzard Strengthen and Spirited Bear. We've got 5 minutes left on the Strengthen for both of us, so it's pretty good. As these guys pop, I'll just have Max clear him. That's pretty exciting, though, that I was able to get up there and like basically clear all the way to the Scryer, and he didn't add when I pulled those 2 Shaman, which is huge. It's going to be great for clearing out that camp. Unfortunately, the Scryer doesn't drop anything that's amazing for us as Beastlords, but it's another feather in the cap, another notch. Say that we are conquering Guck. As we are stuck here for a long time with the Swamp Monster Challenge, so we will make the best of it. I can pull this guy. Although I'm just probably messing up the spawns at this point. Let me back Max up here. I used to have a back button. There it is. Max coming up those stairs looked a little crazy. Get him, Max. You're the strong one here. Some support. Whenever you get a new Beastlord pet, like whatever on the level, right when you get it, so crazy strong, awesome. See if we can grab the other one. Whatever. He is. Let Max get him while I heal up a little more. Alright, and there's just this little figuring out, clearing out, finding out what we could pull here. We're up to quarter of the way through level 22 already, which is amazing. I love new pet levels. With the Swamp Monster Challenge and the idea of staying swamp bound, one of the things I've talked about in my other videos is like, where would I go after Guck becomes not as efficient, or we're working our way all the way through it. And I was looking at some places in previously, before we fast forwarded to Luklin, I was looking at some places out in Kunark. Swamp of No Hope or something like that. Kind of fits the swamp description, and we could migrate there. I am really behind on looking at what's available out there in Velius or Luklin, but probably some research to do at some point to see if there's, a cool place that we could level in those zones as well. Did those guys really not aggro? I ran right into them. I mean, that's fine. Put Drowsy on this guy and bring him up here. Oh, the guy next to him must be like a light blue, because he didn't even join in. This is amazing. So the last time I tried to do this, it went so poorly. The last time I tried to do it without help, breaking the camp, it went so poorly. I died, and eventually just reached out for some help. One time I was camping it, I managed to get here right after somebody had left who was previously camping it, so it was like all set up for me, but it's really cool to be able to do it on my own and still get, blues that we can kill for experience. Way cool. Alright, All right, so let's see what else has been going on. Like I talked about playing in the Monsters in Memory. Talked about checking in on Pantheon. So the other thing Pantheon has coming is they have a big Wizard revamp coming this month, I think, which would be interesting to check out. I played the Wizard before and enjoyed it. At the time when I stopped playing, though, there wasn't much beyond like level 20, so I kind of got to that range and then just, you know, mostly just stopped playing. So, oh, Flarion's Warder is going somewhere, so maybe a guy just slipped through here. So there wasn't much to do beyond that. So most of my higher level guys that I was playing off camera, I was playing my monk on camera, and he's only level 10, but the guys I was playing off camera were in the 16 to 20 range, and I never got a wizard up that far, but it might be an interesting playthrough at some point when they release wizard changes to start one fresh and just give it a try. I am still raiding in WoW, so we just got AOTC last night in the current raid. Which we are an AOTC level guild, but we don't always get there the fastest. So we're a slow progression ahead of the curve, heroic level raiding guild. I really enjoy that. But we did finally finish it last night, so it's pretty exciting for us overall. But that opens up more time for more games. Although by the end here in WoW, I've just kind of been raid logging anyway, just only logging in for raid time, and you know, other than that, playing a lot of different games. I've been kind of in a roguelike or a roguelite kick lately, playing Hades or Sworn, which is just co-op Hades. My girlfriend and I have been playing some Sworn. I tried out Ball Pit and got the game Ball Pit, and I got way deep in that. I've spent too much time on that. Good time, good stuff though. Yeah, we're doing great here. I do need to watch my own health though. Am I fizzling my heal? I don't know what's going to spawn next. There should be more guys up here spawning, but I kind of want to pull the shaman. That time I got that one shaman, but the other one wasn't up yet. But I wonder if I can set this up so I get just the shaman without the scryer. Might end up getting myself killed here is what's going to happen. Let me go, let me attempt this with full health, full mana before I get us killed. Also, I see we need to rebuff. We need to rebuff some of our buffs anyway. Get in here and help finish this guy off, and then we'll rebuff mana up and then look at another round. See if we can clear efficiently enough to get to the scryer this time. Hang out back here with Max. We are missing... What are we missing? We have Spirit of the Bear. I'll give Max another Spirit of the Blizzard. We want new spells. Actually, Spirit of the Bear is okay. Let's do that real quick. Reset it all. And I think Strengthen is the other one that we want. So Bear is Stamina. Gives a little more health. And then we want Strengthen. We're just kind of using that one slot to swap out all the buffs as we need them. Right now I'm going to mana up. But I'm going to let let Max get in here. Clear this guy for us. If I look at the map, let me zoom in on it here and put the names on it. We have the Scryer here, and then we curve up through these caves. It looks like the realist is on like a different level, maybe. I'm not sure what goes on in here. I'm no expert. I'm no upper guck expert. So there's a fake wall here. I think this isn't where we'd want to be. We'd want to figure out how to get down here to the realist. And I don't know if it would be this way. So I might have to do a little map foo outside of the in-game map here and kind of figure out where we need to go for the next, because I think the realist is our next target as far as named kills. Let's kill these two guys. Oh, I started moving just a touch too soon. Everquest is very, very touchy with movement. Got him. Am I getting... Might be getting a little heavy. I'll have to look at what I've got bag-wise. Come on back, Max. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting a little encumbered. Yeah, we're getting a lot of weapons. That's what it is. That's alright. We'll deal with that. Oh, I'm too far away. We got our shaman back down at the bottom there. Let's go ahead and grab him right away. Bring him up here. Whoever he's got with him. Oh, good. Just the shaman again. Easy peasy. We got this one. I'm really hoping on this set of pulls we can get the two shaman from by the Scryer and give them a shot. I'm gonna try to kind of keep myself healed up and kind of mana up while I let Max do a lot of the killing. My goal anyway. That way I'm not expending so many resources. Like here, I'm just... Oh, we got two guys. Oh, one of the other guys must have respawned in the room there. Alright, I'll help get one of them down and then man up. Max is doing the good work. See what old Greench looks like here, giving some stabs. I love how little the dagger is in his big old meat fist. Just a slightly pokey thing sticking out. Freaking great. I imagine we're gonna end up killing these guys at like the same time or something. I can go just help kill the other one. I hear like the Froglok walking sound, and I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. I don't think it's these guys that I'm fighting, unless maybe that one makes the noise on the stairs or something. Like, it sounds like it's... There it is. Like in the wall behind me or something. Funky. Not sure where that was coming from. there's those two shaman. Again, we're in a position to pull them right now, but a little low on health and mana. That might be the case all the way through this level. We might just be a little bit short of the juice to get those guys. Alright, well Max finishes this guy, and while I'm medding up from those heals, I'm going to take a short break and be right back. Alright, we are ready to get back after it here. Full mana, full health. We've got our buffs. Got Max's recent kills here at the bottom of the stairs. These guys aren't up. Let's see. Oh, I hear someone moving, though. I feel like a guy that pats down the hallway or something. I'm really trying to figure out what that... I hear the noise in the wall. Yeah, there's a Gaz warrior in there. I think he pats down that hallway. Alright, this room is clear, so I'm going to try pulling that shaman, and let's see. Let's just go for it. He begins casting 2. We'll bring back Max up with us a little bit. Nice, we got both shaman again. Max is on this guy, so I'll get on this guy. The other guy got drowsy on, so he's attacking slower, so that should be helpful to us. Take a little less damage while this is going on. Oh, he's casting though. Not fast enough. Alright, I'm gonna back out and let Max take care of him. I'll heal myself up a little bit. I have that sickness on me, or sicken on me that I need to let run down. Oh, good. Max didn't get into any more trouble. But we got respawns. Okay. Let's see if we can just clear these fast. I'm gonna have Max come down here. We're gonna take a chance. We're gonna go on a limb a little bit here, and we're gonna try to get that Scryer. We got this warrior over here. He'll probably join in on Max. Actually, we might be able to kill the light blue in the corner without the other guy joining. We'll see. I'm gonna try to keep my mana and health up as much as possible. That sicken is still ticking on me, so... Come on, Max, get him down. And we got this guy. I'm going to back Max it back into the room with me. Alright, there we go. Alright, sicken is ticking down. Throw another heal on myself. I always just try to keep my mana and health like similar level as they tick up. I think mana goes up faster, but I do have some innate regen and I am sitting, so get a little bit. Nice, Max got that guy. There'll be one more here in this room we'll need to deal with. Max, just come down. Just stay on the steps. We get this last one in the room here. And we get those two side guys maybe, or one side guy before the respawn. We'll be, or before the shamans respawn up there with the Scryer. We'll be in really good shape here. My fear is if the Scryer being named has a much higher health pool, that we will be in trouble as far as him running. So what I might do is hit him and just back Max up all the way back to the spiders and just fight up there. Even if we get some of those low level adds, I think we'll be okay to deal with them. Throw another quick heal on myself. Okay. Now we got this guy. Pretty close to maxed out mana and health here. And I'm going to throw a heal onto Max, though. I think we're close to it. Close to it right here. A very good chance we're going to get a shot at that Scryer. That'd be much sooner than I thought. I thought we'd be here for 2 or 3 levels before we even really were able to clear comfortably towards him. Oh, Max is already ahead of the game, working on the next guy. Let's bring him into the room, though. Way into the room. Come on, all the way in the room, Max. Okay. And let me get another heal on Max. Maybe 2 heals on Max. I can't cannibalize, so I can't, or not yet. Or not yet. I'm not a shaman, so I can't cannibalize and get some mana back. Yeah, see, the people want to buy KEI. That's what I need. Faster mana regen. Actually, I really don't. I'm doing alright with what we got going on. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. You gonna get him? Oh, good. I know there. We saw that there's that roamer back there. All right, I think we're gonna pull the Scryer. Let's freaking do it. Hit him with Drowsy, and then I'm running up the stairs. We might get these guys adding. Yeah, we got 1 Tuck Knight added. I'm gonna pull Max way back here with me. I'm not getting any response from Max on back. Alright, well, wherever he is. Here he is. Oh, Max is murdering him. That's amazing. This is awesome. So this will be another named Upper Guck named spawn. Down. It wasn't even that terrible, so I'm wondering if we should just kind of camp in that room and just pull all of these things on rotation and not really worry about these lower level guys. You can hear Max's Spirit of Blizzard going off over here, blowing up. Alright, we've got stuff. What is this guy? Bracelet of Woven Grass is intellect and hit points. Oh, and spell haste. That's kind of cool. You know, it's compared to our AC 3 with 2 hit points. Well, the 12 hit points are going to make a big difference. We are going to switch over to this for sure. So one of our risks at least will be this. If we can get another one, that's cool. And I don't know if spell haste affects Beastlords. I don't actually know how spell haste works very well, but we'll certainly check into it. Here we are. I'm the Scryer now. Hey, I'm the Froglok Scryer. Rawr. Alright, let's see. This is where that guy died in the hallway. And there is a guy that way. But I think we can probably move into this downstairs room here. Kind of park in this corner. Like if I bring Max down here with me, we don't have to worry about those guys upstairs. Worst case, if we have to run past those guys, it's not that bad anyway. I think if I just put Max on guard duty right here, and we just stay healed up. I do have Tashani on me, which is what, a slow... I forget what Tashani does. Or it lowers my... I think that's the line of spells that lowers my magic resist. this is home for the next couple levels, probably, maybe with some adventure down that hallway to see what's going on. But we'll definitely be here until these guys are all light blue or green, or start to turn green, and then we'll slowly creep forward as we move up in the levels. We have a good strength gain right now with level 22 getting the new pet and the new spells and everything, but it's gonna fizzle out a little bit as we level up a few levels, and the next pet isn't until 33. So Max doesn't get his big upgrade, or 33, I'm sorry, level 30. So Max doesn't get a good upgrade until level 30. But what's awesome is at 30, we also get Spirit of the Wolf, which means if we do want to travel somewhere to try out a different swamp, somewhere else in the world, or in the whole multi worlds at this point of Everquest, we can, of Project Quarm here, Spirit of the Wolf will help us get there a lot faster, and our travel becomes much better. Oh, that guy's gonna have to stay on this guy because the other guy wants to also. I feel like whenever I'm full mana, I should be trying to cast my spells to try to skill up my conjuration a bit. I'll go down to 50% mana trying to cast it. So I took some hits there, but we can definitely do it a little more efficiently overall. Max isn't hurting at all, so it's all good. Ooh, mesh. Still mesh stuff. Yeah, I'll just chill right here and get my mana up. Let Max take care of all the heavy work. Oh, we got one of those shaman up there too. This might be... Let's bring Max into the room here, because this could get a little spicy. I'm gonna help on the shaman. Let me back out, heal myself up. Throw one on old Max as well. Yeah, it's not free kills in here. We still have to plan a little bit. So maybe it's better to sit over there where we can decide when to pull these guys in the room. I think otherwise we risk what just happened, which is just guys spawning on us and we may not be ready for them. So we'll camp at the bottom of the stairs for the moment. After this one. Oh, he rooted me right here. It's alright. Good stuff. We're working on the re-clear. I'm still rooted, so I will just start meditating right here. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be back playing Greench. Working on the Swamp Monster Challenge. It's been a few months, a couple months. I don't know. I have to look when I did my last video. I never intended on it stopping. But I also kind of fell off the wagon of making videos for a little bit there. Had a lot going on in real life, and then got drawn into a bunch of other games for a little while, but ready to make another good push. Let me see if I pull up my channel here. When was 3 months ago? It says episode 6 was 3 months ago. Let's see, which one is this? Is this the last one? Yeah, episode 6 was 3 months ago. So I had intended to keep it going from there, and it's just been a busy time. But like I said, we'll settle in for the winter here, and we'll get some gaming done. Throw some videos out there for those that are interested in following Greench's adventures, Greench and Max's adventures, and probably also be dipping, well, most definitely be dipping back into Pantheon. I will probably record it and put out some more Pantheon videos as well. Feeling the itch. Get some of that done. All right, so this is going to be our new home for the moment. I'm going to have him guard on the stairs here. I think doing it right in that room is just a little too risky. But it's not like we didn't die there or anything, so we're still doing great. We can fight in this room, I think. I think just being right outside the room is a little spot of safety for us. A spot you can sit and not just be immediately overwhelmed if guys spawn on top of you, so that's really what we're going to be looking for. It's one thing I need to look at. I didn't actually think about this before, but on Crushed-Em, I was doing the Temple of Seleucid Row, the Soul Row armor quests, and I got his whole armor kit set up. It'd be interesting to... I don't know if they added one for Beastlords when Beastlords originally came out, if there's an armor set there for them. I'll have to pull that up. Because a lot of that, even if there were, it wouldn't have been implemented in the early implementation in Project Quarm that they did, but now that they've actually just kind of matched up with standard Shadows of Luklin servers, all that kind of stuff should be in there. And honestly, there actually should be, if I really want to go looking, I bet the alligators actually dropped the thing I need to get some pants from earlier questing. I don't know that for sure, but I would imagine they would. All right, now here's a question. So there's the placeholder is this Shin Shaman. Does he add if I hit these other shaman? I'm about to find out. Let's see. No, it's just the two. So we can do the usual. I'm going to back him up towards me a little bit. It's just the usual fight the two shaman fight here. Oh, we lost strength then, so we'll need to rebuff after this. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of research on that, on some potential quest lines we could do, assuming they, since those would be Beastlord quests, they could take us outside of the swamp. That was part of the original deal, was, if it's a specific Beastlord quest line, we can go outside the swamp for it. So, assuming it's not, or assuming it's, can't talk. But assuming it's specifically Beastlord quest, then easily we can go after that and track it down and see what we need to do and what level it makes sense to start doing those things. I want to say I did Crush's stuff in the low 30s, so we have some time before that, but it'd be interesting. The other option is maybe Innothule, the temple, would be an option for us for a place to solo at some point. It's I would say it fits the swamp thematic, but I'd be open to be argued with on that point. If we're looking for something to mix things up. For now, I'm happy to keep working my way through Lower Guck. I kind of like this progression through, or not Lower Guck, Upper Guck. I like this progression through Upper Guck we've got going so far. Working our way up through the bosses. I think it's a fun adventure. But if there was something we specifically wanted to get out of Innothule, we could do that. I don't know if Rubicite armor drops in there again. Last time, when I was playing before, Crush got a lot of the Pinkicite, which was the legacy version that Secrets made here for Project Quarm, or Secrets and Team made for Project Quarm. And I believe that all of my Pinkicite pieces that Crush have reverted to Rubicite. But I believe in the actual original progression of Everquest that this was the point at which you couldn't get Rubicite any longer. So what did we end up with here? Oh, the Gaznite spawned from around the corner. Got it. But if Rubicite does still drop, that might be something to chase after. I think Rubicite's all, so I think Beastlord could use it. I do have some Rubicite armor on Crush'em, so I could check that. But there's some things like that that I'll have to research and see if they're even viable options at this point. I don't know what's still around. But hell yeah, super exciting to get that boss down. In fact, I think we might call it here for today. That's a huge success point. I think we might call it here for today. We've got we cleared our way to the Scryer. Found out we're stronger than much stronger than we were previously with the new pet upgrade and new spells. I didn't even practice my actual poison and disease spells, sickened and tainted breath, much as I started to try to use them and had all the fizzles. But we'll work on those to bring conjuration up a bit. I'll start making it a point to actually to use them in every battle if I can, at least one of them maybe. Sicken's probably the lower mana cost one, so I'll try to use it as often as I can to try to work that conjuration up. That'll be our side quest. Get conjuration up to something reasonable. That kind of thing. Being able to kind of put some rot spells on the enemies and let Max just tank them and fight them is going to be our bread and butter probably going forward. But I think we'll call it right here. Awesome session. Glad we got this Scryer down, and there'll be a lot more of that happening. This is our home for a little while. So we went from 10% into level to 61% into level, just kind of figuring out the camp. Next will just be a lot of just cranking through this camp and just getting some levels and continuing forward. We got a cool loot out of the whole thing with our new Bracelet of Woven Grass. So the nice thing is this is the one that's for all, whereas the other options are just enchanter only, or they're for casters and bards, so those wouldn't have been useful. So it's cool to get the one that we can actually use on the first try. Definitely cool to get the one we can use. So I'm going to camp out right here. Real quick, I'm going to log in Crush'em, and I'm just going to look at the Rubicite armor that's in his, I believe the Rubicite chest piece is in his inventory. We'll see what it says for classes and races. Get blasted with that sweet Everquest music. Let's take a look here. See, Crush has gone out and gotten all the cool stuff. He's got J boots and the Circle of Shadows, which is just amazing. But here's the Rubicite breastplate. So, all right. So War Cleric, Pal, Ranger, Shadow Knight. Okay, so it does not work for Beastlords. I thought it was all, but it is actually limited. Okay, good to know. What's actually missing from this race list? Is it just the cat people? No, Bashir's here. Oh, is it small? Is small races? Looks like no, there's dwarf, halfling. I have no idea what's missing from that list. Oh, it's Ixar, isn't it? It's just Ixar. Okay. But it is limited to certain classes, so that won't be an option for us, which that would have been kind of cool, to go in and try to get the Rubicite pieces for those Rubicite pieces for Greench, but that's okay. You can see I had Crush'em parked up here in the event that I needed to actually say hi, Crush. Hi, guys. in case I needed to actually go in and help clear. But unnecessary. Greench is strong. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me. And talk to you next time.
Pixels light the way, another quest begins through the dungeons, deserts, and the cyber winds. With every jump, every win, we're riding.
Hey everyone, Sigil here. I hope you enjoyed the return to Greench and the Swamp Monster Challenge. If you're looking forward to the journey and you want to see more, give those YouTube buttons a pass and you'll get that alert for the next one, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.
Controllers in hand on the right track. We're streaming dreams, making worlds collide. 1,000 voices cheering worldwide. Level up, let's rise and play. Through the night and into the day. From the pixels to the stars above. Gaming together.